65th episode of All the Book Show.
Yay!
The official podcast of David A. Howe Public Library.
I guess we'll wait to get excited till 75.
Yeah.
Every episode that ends with a 5 or a 0,
Right.
I think merits a little bit of celebration.
Yeah.
Because they're a milestone.
Yes.
So, like you just turned 30. That's a big deal.
Yeah, well, doesn't end with a 5.
No, but when you turn 35, we'll probably acknowledge it.
Will it be that big of a deal?
Eh,
All right.
I guess you're right.
I feel like people know.
But when you turn 75,
yeah.
then it'll be...
Oh, boy.
That'll be a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I'll have been dead for about 20 years.
Well, thank you for tuning in. This will be an hour of hot-button topics, including in-depth discussions of the election and all
No, it's not.
Oh, we're not doing that?
No.
Oh, we're not going to talk about that at all?
No. I'm actually... I wish you hadn't brought it up.
We're just going to talk about books and things.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that'll be a fun hour.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's much better. Actually, we're going to talk Lonely Hearts Book Club.
Yeah.
I haven't done one
We're
of these.
all lonely hearts in our own hearts.
Haven't done one of these in a
times.
while, so we're going to spotlight a book from our collection that
you know-
nobody's given any love to.
Do you know, like that Lonely Heart book,
Yeah.
We're All Gonna Die Alone?
What?
Sorry, never mind.
This was supposed to be a fun-loving...
That's true. You're right. Hey, I'm Eric Mickles.
Hey, and I'm Nick Gunning.
Nice.
Director of the David A. Howe Public Library.
Okay. All right.
It's true.
All right.
Sorry. Do you want to say your
Hey,
title? I feel like I said my title, so why don't you say?
I'm head of youth
You're
services.
the head of youth services,
That's right.
man.
Woo!
Congratulations.
All right. Should we send a congrats out to our new mayor?
Yeah.
We have a new mayor in Wellsville, New York.
Yeah.
Go
Randy
ahead.
Shaler.
There we go.
Congratulations
Yeah.
on your win.
Yeah.
And let's continue.
Okay.
So,
That's
Eric,
as political as we're gonna get.
that's true.
Actually, there were a few political books coming out this week.
Really?
Listeners, you're gonna have to find it out yourself.
You're not going to tell?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Bernie Sanders has a new book out.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no. My mic guard fell, you guys.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Just keep talking
I'll
through
just
the mic
talk
guard,
through
though.
it. That's fine.
I'm gonna take a picture right now. No, I'm
Please
not.
don't take a picture. Let's talk. You know, before we get into bookmark, I watched a lot of movies over the weekend.
I did too. Well,
Really?
I like putting in movies or stuff we've watched over the weekend like that
You wanna
into
count it?
bookmark.
Okay.
Because it's taken. That's how many hours of movies did you watch? That took away all that perfect reading
That's
time.
true.
Do you need help?
No, I'm back. I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back in the saddle again. I'm good. All right. So you want to just mix in movies with our books?
I often do.
That is nonsense. Okay. All right.
Oh, really? Then
Okay.
explain to me the Jungle Book.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Now I feel so stupid.
Okay, go ahead.
Me?
Yeah. What do you want to start with?
Oh, okay. Well, I see again. I worked the election, and I have to mention that because I'm about to tell you like the 40 graphic novels that I read.
true. Yeah.
So I was at the polls at 5:30 a.m. to
Uh-huh.
9:30 p.m.
Yeah.
And so in between people coming in,
Yeah.
I read a lot of graphics,
Yeah.
and here they are.
Okay.
As follows. I read Grayson.
Grayson Volume 1.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So those of you who don't know, Batman's sidekick Robin, who then became Nightwing, now is just a secret agent.
Yeah.
And it did not work for me.
Okay.
Did you like it?
No, not really. I think I gave it 3 stars.
Yeah, that's how I
I'm
felt.
very kind with my 3 stars
like,
in
meh.
comics.
Okay.
I really have to not like something to give it 2 stars on Goodreads.
Yeah. I didn't like that so much. I read, and I got this in like a bundle a long time ago, but I read the graphic novel version of Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country.
Okay.
Good way to pass the time.
Good.
Finally, Teen Titans Earth 1 Volume 2 has
Is
come
that
out.
in our collection?
It is in our collection.
in our personal?
Teen Titans Earth 1 came out at least a year ago.
Yeah.
And is one of our top circulating graphic novels. So all of you who flock to read...
How do you complain about us getting like 2 superhero movies a year,
Yeah.
but then you're upset that this graphic novel took a year to come out
I'm
from
not
the last
upset.
one?
I'm not upset. I'm
All right,
just
you
giving...
said finally.
Well, because it ended, I guess it ended on a big cliffhanger. So,
yeah.
But we do have this in our collection now, and I liked it. The first one I liked a lot better, but I still like this one. I read Amazing Spider-Man Worldwide, Volume 2.
Uh-huh.
Good stuff. I didn't like the first volume so much.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah. I like that. I like the second one a lot better. A lot more Spider-Man. Cool Cloak and Dagger arc.
Yeah.
I haven't read a lot of Cloak and Dagger.
I can tell you every Cloak and Dagger story is the cool Cloak and Dagger story.
What does that mean?
They're all good.
Oh, you like them?
No, I've never actually.
Oh.
Cloak
I've read
and
a
Dagger
standalone
showed up in
Cloak-
Runaways.
Cloak and
That was
Dagger are
hilarious.
Marvel characters, folks.
Yeah.
I read a...
They were the original Runaways.
Yeah, I read a standalone Cloak and Dagger. It was decent. I think they're making it into a TV show. Is that
Yeah,
right?
on Hulu.
Hulu. Okay, yeah, Cloak and Dagger. Coming to Hulu. Then I
Wait,
read...
you could just take the old Yahoo theme for Hulu.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, a moment of silence for Yahoo Screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I laughed during that moment.
I
of
know you did.
silence.
You trampled right over it. Rebel Jail. Star Wars Volume 3.
Yeah.
Most of these are in our collection, folks. So if you want to check them out, you can. We got a great selection of adult graphic novels.
Yeah. And young adult.
And I know we do. But the adult graphic novel collection, I find pretty impressive.
Yeah,
feel
well, that's
like
because it's our baby.
Well, I know, but I feel like it covers the bases pretty well.
Yeah,
You know?
you'd be hard pressed to be like, I want this. Well, at least the popular characters.
Yeah.
I mean, but
I think
we
we
still
got
we got a Thanos book in there somewhere.
We got a good representation, and I think we have a good batch of like non-superhero graphic novels.
That's true. We got
It's,
some good
it's
stuff.
it's an expanding.
Yeah. There's
genre,
always
so-
room to expand.
true.
But we just added 4
of stuff
volumes
there.
of Conan the Barbarian, which I loved.
I know.
And the first 4 volumes of Usagi Yojimbo.
I've read
So-
the first Usagi.
The 4th one is the one that's kind of based on Seven Samurai.
Okay.
And is considered one of the best of the Usagi stories.
Well, now we got, and those are in YA graphics.
You're right. We did add the Usagi to YA graphic.
All right, Star Wars Volume 3, Rebel Jail. You read this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the series.
Yeah, me too.
The first one was so great, and I feel like it hasn't quite lived up to
Really?
it.
I've enjoyed it more since the first one.
Oh, okay.
So, there we go.
Agree to disagree.
I realized at this time last year, I had just started reading what would become about 60 Star Wars books.
Seriously.
You remember last year?
It's a lot.
Like,
Yeah.
I just started, I'm like, I'm going to read this one Star
know.
Wars book. And then I was like, I'll read this next. And then before
know.
you know it, I'm reading like 2 trilogies and all the comics.
It's a lot.
I almost thought about redoing it.
That's it for me in graphic novels. Did you read any graphic novels
No.
during this break?
No.
Seems like you're on a graphic novel lull, my
No,
friend.
I have stuff I need to read.
Okay.
I haven't.
Okay.
I've been trying to read some
Well,
stuff.
so for books,
Book books.
I finished.
That was the
couple of-
original title of this
Yeah,
podcast.
Book
Book books with American.
I finished Ann Tyler's Patchwork Planet.
Yeah.
So have you read Ann Tyler before?
No.
Winner of the Pulitzer Prize. Okay. The first contemporary classics book club I ever did here was The Beginner's Goodbye by Ann Tyler.
Uh-huh.
And I really didn't like it.
Uh-huh.
And so I read Patchwork Planet for
Sci-fi?
this one. No, it's not.
Fantasy?
Not at all.
What a confusing title.
Beginner's Goodbye.
No.
Patchwork Planet.
Yes.
It's about a quilt. I mean, that's where it comes from. A quilt. It's not really about a quilt. It's not really about
I thought it was
anything,
either
if
about
we're
like
being
a
honest.
crazy planet that has too many terrains and climates, or a terraforming project.
I feel like we've come full circle with Ann Tyler because I started there and now we're ending the year with this Ann Tyler one.
Yeah.
I like this one better, but it's still like I'm interested to talk about
It's
this
about
one.
a quilt instead of a planet.
Right.
Of course, it's a letdown.
I feel like the bottom just kind of falls right out of it. So
sure.
I don't
First
know.
part of a quilt, all
Yeah.
the stuffing just falls right out. Then
So that's for contemporary classics. And then after that, we take a little break. But you know what we're reading after that? We don't have a December meeting for contemporary classics. It's
Okay.
too close to Christmas. But you know what our January book is?
no,
The
What?
Nightingale.
The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna.
By Kristen Hanna, yep.
Man,
Yep.
I've never read that book, and now I know
You know
the
everything about
author
it.
and
Yeah.
title. And
Yeah, you're welcome to join us for the book club.
no, thank you.
You had fun at the book clubs.
Yeah,
You did quite a few this year, I think.
Yeah. I'm sorry I missed the Frankenstein one.
Yeah, that was a
Would've
good
had some
talk.
fun stuff to talk about.
Then I also read I've Got You Under My Skin by Mary Higgins Clark.
Uh-huh.
And there's the Under Suspicion series that spun off of this.
Right.
You know, Cinderella Murders All Dressed in White.
Do I know?
What's the current one? Is that on your list?
It's coming out, yeah.
Okay.
I can tell you. It's
I-
coming
no,
out
it's okay. I know.
this week.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called.
I'll
But
tell you.
Those kind of spun off of that.
Uh-huh.
This one that I read is just by Mary Higgins Clark, was not designed to be a series.
Uh-huh.
And then the publisher was like, let's make it a series. And they brought
Right.
in Alistair Burke. So anyway, I've liked the other ones better than this one. So whatever. We're doing this one for a book club next year. So I'm just getting a jump on it.
Okay.
After those, I read Brian's Return by Gary Paulson.
Brian who?
Brian, like Hatchet. Brian.
Sure, yeah.
Hatchet.
Yeah, I know. Brian
love
Hatchet.
Hatchet.
No, I know. I was just kidding
Yeah.
about the Brian who.
Yeah,
For our
okay.
listeners, yeah.
Anyway, so this is sort of like, it feels like.
Did you read book 3?
Yeah, I read all of them. There's one more. Brian's
Okay.
Hunt, I think, is the last one.
All right.
But this one, there was like 15 years in between books after this one. So this one really feels like a conclusion to the story. It's kind of a necessary conclusion. Here's what's weird. So you have Hatchet, which is a beloved classic.
Right.
Then you have The River.
Right.
Which
is where
is-
they go back.
Right, yeah, Brian goes back and then he brings someone to like teach them survival.
Right.
And then Brian's Winter is book number
It's a
3.
spin-off.
It's an
It's
alternate
an alternate,
version.
right, if he had
It's
stayed
like-
there.
Yeah, he
and
doesn't
lived out
get
the
rescued.
winter. Right.
This one,
Is a sequel to Brian's Winter?
no, but it also mentions the river. So it's like we've just gone into this weird alternate reality.
Yeah.
It
All
wasn't-
Hatchet stories are in the same multiverse.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait,
so
we could have a crisis of infinite Hatchets.
You've only read Hatchet, right?
I've only read Hatchet.
Hatchet and Brian's Winter were really good.
Okay.
The River was This one was kind of but I felt like it was a necessary conclusion.
Okay.
I'm not really sure why you'd take it up again in Brian's Hunt, but I will read it someday.
I want to read a story
I'll
where
let you know.
Brian from Hatchet meets the character from My Side of the Mountain.
What's My Side of the Mountain?
It's the story about the kid who decides to go live in the woods. He like carves out a tree and everything.
Oh my gosh.
He lives inside the tree and tames a peregrine falcon.
Wow. Is
Yeah.
this a true story or a false story?
all stories have an element of truth
Okay.
about them.
All right.
Truth about humanity.
So it's fiction, though.
Yes, it's juvenile fiction.
Great. All right. And then finally,
I would say
read,
Hatchet is older. My side of the mountain, you would tend to find in juvenile books. Hatchet, you're going to find in young adult more often than not.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's how you can figure it out.
Sounds good.
Okay, go ahead.
Then I read Rain in Portugal, which is the latest. Yeah, it's the latest collection of poems by Billy Collins, poet laureate of the U.S. in 2002.
I didn't know there was a
2004.
poet laureate until you told me there was.
It's a real thing.
I didn't
So
know that
I read
there was.
them
So he's like the king of poets.
from 2002 to like 2004.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did like 2
He
terms
was
as
the
poet. Yeah, he's not the
poet
current
king.
poet laureate. Anyway, I read that. I liked it. Was very approachable. Like the style was really like everyday, but it never really grabbed me. I never found one. I mean, I'm not a huge poetry fan, but when I've read it for work or whatever, I typically find a couple in there that I think, wow, that really sums up things well. I didn't feel so attached to any of these, and I was expecting to, so a little surprised. So I don't know. Fans of his, maybe you'll have a different opinion. I mean, I liked it. It was fine, but
Okay.
I wanted it to be like emotional and deep, and I didn't.
None
get
of
there
these are
with it,
movies.
but I know. Oh, I'm sorry.
You promised us the whole
All right.
slew of movies
All right,
you
all right, all
watched.
right. So one more. I'm currently reading Jack Kennedy, Elusive Hero,
Yeah.
bio of JFK. And you want to hear about movies? I'll tell you about movies, my friend.
threaten me.
I watched some weird ones. I watched Tom Cruise in Cocktail.
Okay.
This is a stupid movie. This is a stupid movie.
Sure, yeah.
It wasn't like fun.
Yeah.
It was just like the worst kind of 80s movie out
This
there.
is not the one with I can't remember her name. Leah.
No, that's Leah Thompson. That's All the
Right.
Right Moves. All the Right Moves is pretty good.
Okay.
Cocktail with Elizabeth Shue,
Oh.
not so great.
Okay.
So I wouldn't recommend that.
All right.
But it is based on a book.
Okay.
So the book apparently is very good,
Sure.
but this, not so much.
Yeah. Tom Cruise is always much better in the book.
Yeah, he is. He's much better. Then my wife and I watched Ithaca, which is directed by Meg Ryan.
Okay.
And Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks together again.
All right.
This is the 4th team up with those two. This is based on the book The Human Comedy by William Saroyan, which is based on the Odyssey.
Okay.
So it's like an Inception level of 3.
Well, isn't that just Joe and the Volcano?
Joe versus the Volcano?
Yeah.
Is that based on that too?
No, I mean it just kind of feels like.
I
it
love
might
Joe
be.
versus the Volcano.
Okay.
All right. I watched that. Pretty good. Not
They only
great.
did 3
Pretty
before
good.
that.
Yeah, Joe versus the Volcano, Sleepless in Seattle, You've Got Mail, and now Ithaca.
I swear there was something else in there.
No,
Man, the '90s failed us.
just that. I
There
know.
was something
They're
else.
hardly even together in Sleepless in Seattle. They
That's
have like
true.
2 minutes of screen
Sleepless
time.
in Seattle is not great.
I agree. I agree. My wife and
Sorry.
I were just talking about this.
Yeah.
I love You've Got Mail.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's based on She Loves Me, the musical. Well,
Shop Around the Corner.
which is based on Shop Around the Corner, which is based on a Hungarian play that no one's ever heard of. But that story's been told
Right.
many times. But that one's great.
Yeah.
And I like Joe versus the Volcano. It's quirky too. But
Okay.
this was just fun to see them together again. Old.
Yeah.
They don't have a ton of screen time in this either, but
All right.
Tom Hanks is just good.
Yeah.
He's essentially, it's like a cameo in this movie, but he's just good.
Okay.
You know? I haven't seen Sully. Have you seen Sully?
No.
Okay. I watched Ghostbusters, the new Ghostbusters,
Yeah.
not the
Without
classic.
having ever seen the original Ghostbusters.
That's right.
So you came at it fresh.
Yeah.
I think I gave it the benefit of the doubt going in.
Yeah.
And my verdict was it was fine, but not not great.
Yeah. I found it like pleasant
Yeah.
and fun.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be hilarious. Like it's just a lot of like comedy star power in that movie.
Yeah.
And it never quite like got there.
It's the third
But I
act.
still
The third
thought it
act
was
sinks
good.
it, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, I was
because then it
talking-
becomes like, we're going to be a summer blockbuster now. It's like, well, I'd rather you just be like a comedy.
Yeah.
So,
I was talking about this with Pete, our auditorium tech, Pete,
Uh-huh.
who loves the original Ghostbusters
Yeah.
and was very underwhelmed by this one.
Yeah.
So he wanted to know, like me as an outsider coming in, if I would enjoy it. And I did. I think I enjoyed it more than he did.
okay.
But finally,
I don't think me having seen the original Ghostbusters really affected this one too much.
Yeah.
Because, like, I like Ghostbusters, but I'm not one of those people who like, Ghostbusters is the only
well, I've
film
heard
ever.
people be like, this ain't no Ghostbusters. This is my Ghostbusters. So I mean, I don't have that. I do love Bill Murray.
Yeah.
I didn't like any of the Meatballs sequels. But
Okay,
I liked
go
the
on.
first Bill Murray
Sure.
Meatballs. Finally, I rewatched Civil War.
Captain America.
Captain America
Yeah.
Civil War.
You got to put
Yeah.
that disclaimer.
Sorry,
in
yeah,
there.
you're
Otherwise,
right.
it just sounds like you're a history buff.
I know. Good stuff.
I rewatched the Civil War
liked it.
PBS
that,
special.
That middle breakdown when Ant-Man and Spider-Man show up, it's just
Yeah.
it's just a great
Yeah.
it's a great little segment in there in the middle. I love it.
All right.
Marissa Tomei is Aunt May. I mean, what are you gonna do? She's great.
Ask her out.
Yeah.
I guess
that's
is
the
what you're going to do.
Yep. All right. Catch me up, buddy. What have you been up to?
Okay, I need to start with what I watched.
Okay.
So this week I had a long weekend.
Yeah, you sure did.
And but I was sick Friday, so I didn't want I couldn't play video
You were
games.
sick on your day off.
Yeah,
There is
I had
nothing more
a head,
depressing
I had
than
like
that.
a cold,
That's the
and
worst.
it was it made me too tired. I realized I couldn't read or play video games. Nothing I could focus on. So me and my wife spent 2 days watching the 5 Resident Evil films.
Oh my gosh.
Have you seen the Resident Evil films?
I think you could probably answer that question.
I saw the first one. Here's how long ago I saw the first one on. Okay. All right. I watched it on my mom's 13-inch television on VHS.
Yeah.
So that's how. And when I was a kid,
The way it's meant to be watched.
it actually scared me. Like not the movie
Really?
itself, but it was the first time I saw a
You're like,
zombie
these
movie.
production values are so bad. Oh my gosh.
It was my first zombie film.
Yeah.
So afterwards, I was like, zombies are so scary, not the movie. And I remember it being so action-packed and cool. And then rewatching it, I'm like, huh, well, it's not bad.
not
It kind of has a soundtrack like GoldenEye, where it just
cool.
sounds like people taking drumsticks and banging on air vents. You know what I mean? That
Yes, I do. Yeah.
kind of sound. The second one I saw in theaters, and it was so bad when I saw it, I stopped watching the series. And the third film might have won me back a little bit.
Really?
The fourth film was a letdown. The fifth
crazy.
film was actually not so bad. It was pretty good.
Wow.
So
This is like Jaws. Like you're describing Jaws.
here's the thing about them. They have there's a weird poetry about there's a weird poetry
Somewhere
about
Billy Collins is weeping at you saying that.
about their continuity, about their it all because the director, Paul W.S. Anderson,
Okay.
he wrote and directed the first one.
Too many initials.
I
Go
know.
on.
No, he wrote and directed the first movie, okay?
sure.
He only wrote Resident Evil 2 and 3, and somebody else directed them. And then he came back to direct and write 4 and 5.
All right.
So they all have this stamp of author. So you know how you look at the Iron Man movies, or the Thor movies, or any
Yeah.
superhero movies where the director changes each time. There's
Yeah.
this different tonal sense.
Right.
The Resident Evil movies don't have that. They're all just kind of B movie, and they make a lot more money than you think.
Huh.
So the fourth movie made almost $300 million
Pretty good.
on a
I
$60
couldn't
million
do that.
budget.
Yeah, that's good
Or
stuff.
less.
Man, Star Trek wishes it could do those numbers.
I know. So the sixth movie comes out in January, so I might go see it in theaters. Close the loop.
Okay.
I told my wife agreed to watch them with me if I agreed to watch the Underworld series.
Ah,
So now
okay.
I'm locked in for 4 Underworld movies.
My
and then
brother-in-law likes the Underworld series.
the fifth one comes
He
out.
fell hard for the Underworld series.
I think the fifth one's coming out in January,
Yeah.
which doesn't make it any
He'll be so
easier
happy.
to.
Mike, note that in your calendar.
Yeah, I don't see how that makes it easy to separate the two series.
Yeah.
If anything, the company should bring them together. Resident Evil
Oh my gosh,
Underworld.
yeah.
Right?
Aliens vs. Predators style.
Yeah. Actually, Paul W.S. Anderson, the
Yeah.
guy, he skipped Resident Evil 2
Yeah.
to do Alien vs. Predator,
Oh.
which was not a good
Huh,
movie.
well,
So,
what
anyway,
are you going to do?
I should mention I don't like poetry, so when I say something about the weird
Mm-hmm.
poetry, it's also, they're just kind of weird.
Okay.
Some people say they're their favorite, series. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
All right, but I did read, I finished Man in the High Castle,
Oh,
the
yeah.
book by Philip K. Dick.
And you were
It's not-
underwhelmed.
I was underwhelmed. The concept is that the Axis won World War II.
Oh, yeah.
And so Japan has taken over,
Sure.
Imperial Japan has taken over the West Coast.
Oh, you don't want that.
And Nazi Germany has taken over East Coast America. And the concept, is intriguing. And this came out in the 60s, I believe. But there's no story. You know what I mean? It's just characters living their lives. One person owns a shop where he sells he sells authentic memorabilia to Japanese customers.
Okay.
Because they're very into that. So he sells original Colts from the Wild West and stuff. And it's his story about that. And it's one person's story about how he quits his job and becomes a jewelry maker. He's going to make contemporary jewelry and compete against, the nostalgia the memorabilia.
Okay.
And then you're just okay, but all these stories could have been told anywhere. You could have been I'm going to move to Japan and open a memorabilia shop. I'm just going to make weird jewelry. It didn't work. I've watched the first 2 episodes of the Amazon series.
Okay.
And it seems like it understood. There wasn't much
what the
story
problem
there,
was,
and it's
yeah.
hey, let's do intriguing things and explore the concept more. In the first episode of the Amazon this guy he's just driving down. One of the main characters, he's driving across country, and he stops probably someplace like in Kentucky or something.
Man in the High Castle. We're still talking.
Man in the High Castle. He stops like in the middle of America, and he gets a flat tire. And the sheriff comes out, and the sheriff is like apple pie nice. He's like, "Hey, my wife made an extra sandwich if you want one." And then it starts like you see ash, and the guy's like, "What's that?" He's like, "Oh, that's just the furnaces. Every week we take care of the old and the infirm." And so it's like
dark.
Right, it's dark, but it's using that concept of like what would 1960s or 1950s America be like if it had gone down that path in history, if we had lost World War II. Right. And the book didn't really do anything with that at all. Oh. So
well,
it was a letdown because I really liked
the whole point.
Yeah, I really liked Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, but I didn't care for this one.
Yeah.
I'll probably still read more Philip K. Dick though.
I haven't read any.
I haven't. That was the only book I
saw
finished.
Blade Runner, and that was enough for me.
Yeah. You saw Minority Report.
Oh, I did love. I love
Phil K's Dick.
Oh, cool. Okay.
The only other book I have been reading, I'm not very far. I started Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run.
Oh.
And it kind of reads almost like
great reviews.
Well, the beginning where he's just talking about his childhood, about his parents and their parents.
Yeah.
It almost reads like either historical fiction or just historical. Because he's just talking about, Jersey. His mom's Irish. His dad's side is Italian. Like, why those two cultures intermarried so much there, and just growing up in like that Catholic school, it's like not a mention yet of like music at all. So it's very,
it's getting a lot of respect.
It's really good. He's a good writer. It moves along. So yeah, that's what I've read.
Okay, cool.
So let's get to book news.
Let's do it.
Can I gotta
tell me what you got.
I gotta talk about this. So this will turn into book news in a way.
Okay.
So the Strong Museum, the National Museum of Play, that's right over in Rochester, New York.
Yep.
I've already told you before, they have a video game Hall of Fame, which is cool. Now they also have a toy Hall of Fame.
Ooh.
And I don't know if they've had this toy Hall of Fame before, okay? I could look it up, but I'm not going to.
Weird.
But you want to hear the inductees of 2016 National Toy Hall of Fame?
If one of them's a Furby, I don't
No. Okay, hold on.
Right.
Dungeons and Dragons has made it.
Okay.
So, for people like me who play Dungeons and Dragons, I don't necessarily see that as a toy.
Right.
I just don't.
I thought you were going to say like a Slinky.
No, hold on. This is what's frustrating.
All right.
So Dungeons and Dragons, we're like, we don't get it, but they talk about how it changed the way the young and adults play. Okay. We're like, sure. So this is where the book news comes in, because it's Dungeons and Dragons is books and book series and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
So
no, judges, we don't accept that.
Whatever.
As
There's a whole in our sci-fi fantasy section.
Yes,
a whole bunch of Dungeons and Dragons books. Don't. Yep. The next thing to be inducted were the Fisher-Price Little People. Okay.
Weird.
Yeah, into the Museum of.
that makes more sense to me.
The Toy Hall of Fame. So you got Dungeons and Dragons the same year as Fisher-Price Little People. Okay. You want to know what the last inductee is?
I do.
Okay. It's The Swing. The Swing.
The Swing.
Just the swing.
Okay.
Not a specific swing. Just
the concept of
it. Literally is Dungeons and Dragons, Fisher-Price Little People, and Swing.
Huh.
Named 2016 National Toy Hall of Fame inductees.
Wow. Huh.
So,
okay.
I don't know what the criteria is.
No, it's just like anything and everything.
Yeah. But there you go.
Yeah.
So somebody online was like, there's got to be a way to combine all three of these into a fun game.
Yeah.
So
2017 inductee, the concept of mirth is going in there. So
exactly.
Congratulations going out to mirth.
All right. When we've switched it,
and moon shoes,
where I talk about what's coming out now. Yeah, moon shoes. Sure.
Mirth and moon shoes.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Tell us what's coming
Turning
out right
your
now.
hat backwards is now
congratulations.
The Toy Hall of Fame.
Congratulations going out to turning your hat backwards. The Snap Bracelet 2018 inductee.
But you know what? We can go see that now.
Let's do it.
I want to go to that because of the Video Game Hall of Fame, but also...
Hey, I have a swing in my backyard. Do you think it's worth anything now?
It could be.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, wait. If you have the swing and you have a son, you have Fisher-Price Little People.
We do have
I've got the Dungeons and Dragons.
Actually,
we could open up our own museum.
Fisher-Price Little People, like the classic ones from when we were kids.
Yeah.
Those are like, you can write your own check with those things.
That's true.
You go to a 5-star hotel, you just plop down a little fireman from 1984, and they're like, sir, please, right this way. Here's your pass key. And you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's impressive that the guy at the desk knows that.
Everybody knows.
All right. So we'll talk about what's coming out November 15th,
Yeah.
2016.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So, all right. So the first thing coming out November 15th is Pages. The concept of pages being combined into a book will be entered into the Museum of Books.
Just pages.
Just pages.
Wow, that's great. Cool.
Anyway, no, I'm kidding. That kind of failed. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I wanted it to be stronger.
Actually, if you wouldn't have said that it failed, they might not have known.
Oh, that's
So
true.
it kind of gave it away.
Let's see. We got Just Getting Started by Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett.
You like Tony Bennett?
I do like Tony Bennett. He's just a really great singer.
Yeah, all right. Well, he's 90,
Yeah.
and he's writing a book.
He's still going.
Well,
he
good.
sounds great, too. If you heard Tony Bennett recently, he's not like frail or weak sounding.
Right.
He's got it.
Well, at 90, he's just getting started.
He is just
Do you
getting
believe
started.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got 2-3 years ahead of him. He's got a lot to
Ooh,
do.
Boy. That's dark.
Is
All
it?
right. Scrappy Little Nobody by
Bennett.
Anna Kendrick.
Oh.
Anna Kendrick has her own little autobiography coming out.
I think if you flop those titles, it would make a little bit more sense.
Just getting started for Anna Kendrick and
Scrappy Little Nobody for Tony Bennett.
sure, that'd be
Because
fun.
he started from nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wasn't allowed to sing. Wasn't
Sure.
allowed to sing in the house.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Anna Kendrick is scrappy, isn't she?
Yeah.
She always
And
strikes me as scrappy.
Coincidentally, just getting started.
That's true.
So,
She's little.
yep.
She's not a nobody though.
No.
Are you gonna read this book?
Probably
Are you an
not.
Anna Kendrick fan?
I like Anna Kendrick, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of her? Oh, you like the musical?
Last 5 years? Yeah, I do.
Last 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Into the Woods?
No, I never saw Into the Woods.
Okay.
I tell you what, the first time we watched the Twilight movies, with the riff tracks.
Yeah.
They
nailed it, right?
But Anna Kendrick is so funny in those Twilight
Yeah.
movies, like without the riff tracks.
Yeah.
It was that, and then followed right up with Scott Pilgrim. She's Scott's little sister
Yeah.
in that.
Yeah, she's
she's
great.
little parts in both of those, and
Yeah.
she's just hilarious.
It's funny because
With
you listen
every
to
little
the
thing she's
the
given
riff
to
tracks
do.
of Twilight, and they
Yeah.
point out how much more likable Anna Kendrick is in
yeah,
those
she
movies
really is.
than
Like,
whatever her face
let's
is.
follow that girl.
Yeah. All right. I think I might be out. Nope. The American Fisherman: How Nations Anglers Founded, Fed, Financed, and Forever Shaped the USA.
By Anna Kendrick.
No, this is by Willie Robertson and William Doyle. I think that's it's a Duck Dynasty guy.
Oh, sure, yeah, that makes sense.
So we got a lot of fishers around here.
Fish, yeah.
Well, I mean fishers. Fishermen.
Fishers and fish, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Fisher Price Little People.
Yeah.
So we have all.
And we still have an open invitation to Bobby Fischer.
Yeah.
If he ever wants to come out. We're tired of
on
trying
out.
to find you.
Why not? Yeah.
That's a reference to the movie Finding Bobby Fischer.
And Carrie Fisher. If you want to just come out and chat
Sure,
with us.
yeah.
She can't travel anymore, though.
Really?
So, yeah.
What about in space?
Yeah, she could do that.
Okay. Testimony. We got a whole bunch. Musicians are just coming out of the woodwork with their books this year.
Oh, okay.
Testimony by Robbie Robertson.
Okay.
Of the band.
Okay.
So this is the 40th anniversary of the band's The Last Waltz concert. You don't know anything about the band, do you?
Mm-mm.
I'm looking at you. You got dead eyes.
Yeah.
All right. The band's the ones who sang the Wait.
Well, sure.
Rose into Nazareth, just about 10:30. You know that song?
No, I don't, but I'm going to
Really? You don't know the
Wait.
The Wait?
Yeah, I know where you were going. Sure.
Take a load
yeah,
off
that's
her.
it. Yeah, the band.
All right, they sing a whole bunch of other stuff.
The band.
So Robbie Robertson, he's kind of fun. In The Last Waltz, they really focus on him.
If
like
your
he's
last
the
name's Robertson,
Uh-huh.
why you name your kid Robbie?
maybe they meant maybe
Just
it was
seems-
Robert. and
Yeah,
he
but
changed
still.
Rob-
But still.
Robert Robertson. Yeah, you're
I
right.
like it. Like your last name is Mickles. What if your first name was Michael? What if they
Michael
were like
Mickles?
Michael
I know.
Mickles.
Actually,
Crazy.
It's my opinion. If your last name is Mickles, you can't have anything that starts with M.
Really?
It can't be Malcolm Mickles.
Well, that's good though.
Malcolm Mickles.
Malcolm Mickles, yeah. I'd be like, hey, what's up, Milky Mix?
Oh, yeah.
that be good?
And exact. There we
Yeah.
go. Good reason for me not to name my my kid Malcolm.
Don't name him Pickles either.
Oh, sure. Pickles Mickles. Yeah,
Yeah.
we wouldn't want to do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah. What about Shut Up?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Do you still watch The Daily Show?
With Trevor Noah?
Trevor Noah?
I see clips now. I don't...
Okay. He has a new book coming out, Trevor Noah.
Oh, I did see that.
Born
Yeah,
a Crime,
yeah.
Stories from a South African Childhood.
Yeah.
I guess
I am interested in that, actually. I ordered it. We'll
he
have
was
it here.
born a Swiss father and OSHA mother?
Huh, okay.
It's XHOSA.
Huh.
So it meant that he spent his first 5 years in prison.
Wow.
Well, mostly, indoor prison.
Sure.
Anyway, so yeah, I didn't know about him at all.
No, I didn't. I mean, I knew he was South African, but I didn't.
Okay. Brothers at Arms, American Independence, and the men of France and Spain who saved it. So it's true. We got a lot of help from France and Spain during the
thanks,
Revolutionary War. We probably wouldn't have won. I say we, like
You're in it.
Yeah.
You're invested like a football team.
So yeah, we probably wouldn't have won if it wasn't for the French.
Yeah, thanks, French.
So I've been learning a lot about that through both the Hamilton musical and the Revolutions podcast.
Okay.
I've just finished the Revolution War segment, and now I'm in the French Revolution.
Look out.
So, okay. Finally getting its day in the sun with this nonfiction book, Butter, A Rich History.
Hey.
So there you go. If you've always wanted to know the story of butter, Elaine...
This will go great with that Salt biography that came out a few years ago.
Yeah, sure.
People loved that Salt book. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, you're right. We got two also, I guess maybe just, they probably didn't write it. Maybe
Okay.
they did.
Well.
Of teen stars, depending if teens still pay attention to the Olympics or Vine.
Sure they love it.
Courage to Soar, A Body in Motion, A Life in Balance by Simone Biles.
I thought Vine was like gone now.
Vine is, right. Well, Simone Biles is an Olympic gymnast.
Oh, okay.
She won gold,
All
I
right.
think. I'm sure I'm in trouble now for not knowing if she won gold or not.
That's
but
all right.
you can read this book and find out
There
if
you
you
go.
didn't watch the Olympics.
That's it.
So what's more inspiring than a teen Olympian? How about Hayes Greer, Hollywood Days with Hair? Hayes, Hollywood Days with Hayes.
It's like you're just saying
Yeah,
nonsense.
he's a guy. He's just this guy. I think he was on Vine. Maybe not. You're right, though. Vine is done. Twitter killed it. It's going away soon.
Much like video killed the radio star.
Twitter killed the Vine. Well, when I say Twitter killed Vine, I mean Twitter owns Vine and is just discontinuing it.
Oh, that's not the same at all.
No, yeah, video didn't
Yeah.
own stock
No,
in
it
radio.
didn't. It didn't. No.
So, all right, now we got some fiction.
Okay.
A lot is coming out this week.
Hey,
I guess they're
we're
all
getting
getting
into
ready
that
for
big,
the holiday.
yeah, big Christmas rush.
All right.
Gotta get your Thanksgiving reading
This
in.
one's for you, Nick. The Mistletoe Secret, Richard Paul Evans.
I've not read Richard Paul Evans.
Okay. He writes a lot of
I feel
Christmas
like I'm a
books, I think.
bad Christmas reader.
Maybe you are.
The more that we talk about this, the more I haven't read like the
right.
people I probably should.
I know the Mistletoe Secret.
Maybe I'll
It's
read
that,
Richard Paul Evans. You want to have a Richard Paul Evans Christmas with me?
Sure.
Read a couple of the books.
Oh boy, I just said sure on air.
Yeah, you did.
You want to know what the Mistletoe Secret is?
Do I?
It's deadly if you eat it, but a kiss is deadlier if you mean it.
Wow.
That's from Batman Returns. I didn't come up with that.
Oh, okay.
Catwoman
That's
says
from
that to
Batman
Batman, and then Batman says that to Catwoman, and they realize they're Batman and Catwoman.
Let's watch Batman Returns.
Yeah, actually,
You want to?
considering
It's a Christmas movie.
this past political climate,
Yeah.
it's actually pretty relevant.
No, we're not supposed to talk about
Okay,
politics.
I'm just saying it's kind of relevant.
I understand.
All right. You hated Batman? You didn't like Batman Returns?
No, that's not true.
It's
When
my
I was a
favorite
kid,
of the
when
originals.
I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to watch it, so I didn't watch it until
Yeah.
like much later.
Well, he
in
bites a
life.
guy's nose.
Yeah,
the
it's
Penguin,
gross.
not Batman.
It's a gross movie.
Yeah,
it's a gross
But
movie.
It's my favorite of the Burtons, and it's probably my favorite of the 4 original Batmans.
That's a tough call.
I would pick Returns and then
hard for me.
Forever, and then Batman.
I got a lot attached to that first one.
I know.
I think if I was going to sit down and watch one, I'd probably watch Forever.
Yeah,
But
that's because you love your 40-year-old Robins.
you want to get nuts?
Oh yeah,
Let's
sure.
get nuts.
Yeah.
That's Batman 1, everyone.
Yeah.
Or Return of the Caped Crusader,
Yeah.
the recent Adam West movie.
Okay.
Also quoted that.
All right. Nest by Terry Goodkind. I don't know anything about this book. I haven't read any Terry Goodkind in my life.
Me neither.
I guess I'm just not that good kind of reader who reads lots of things by
Yeah.
Terry.
Yeah.
Goodkind.
Well, you could have gotten there, but you chose not to. That's,
Turbo 23,
That's
a Stephanie Plum novel.
this is a spin-off of that one about Ryan Reynolds being a snail who races Turbo. Is that right?
Yes, yeah. It's actually it's a, is
Oh, like a crossover. Like
Yeah.
a team up.
that what we call them?
Yeah.
Even on TV?
I tried.
Yeah.
I tried to read it to Janet Ivanovich a couple years ago.
Was it one of the Stephanie Plum books?
No.
That was
It
your mistake.
I know, it probably was. It was one of the ones that starred Diesel. They're
Vin
like-
Diesel?
No, they're like slightly magic. They're in the Stephanie Plum like universe.
Oh.
Wicked Appetites, I think it was called.
Oh, one of
Couldn't
those, sure.
do it. Couldn't
Okay.
do it.
Those are kids. That's a kid's book. So we
Okay.
got No Man's Land. It's the John Puller series by David Baldacci.
I've never read a Baldacci. I've tried. We're gonna do a Baldacci for the Page Turners Book Club in 2017. So
And this
I'll
one's
be able to
about
report
Special
back
Agent
then.
Puller. He's a combat veteran and the Army's most tenacious investigator.
Look
He's
out.
back in this action-packed thriller. Oh, so he's kind of like
Tenacious D.
no, not Tenacious D. The Few Good Men. Is that what this is? David Baldacci do legal? I thought it was political.
I would say more political. Yeah.
All right. We got a Odyssey C? Oh no, Adassa C? Is that this book is called Adassa, Sea.
I don't know. What
It's a
that
Dirk Pitt adventure
is. Okay.
by Clive Cussler
And
Dirk Cussler.
there you go.
So there we go.
You got the Mary Higgins Clark one? I want to know.
I do.
Okay.
Hold on. The cover of this Clive Cussler book is an airplane with glass front
Okay.
crashing down in the ocean. Looks like it pulled up just in time.
Oh, good.
To, still smash in the water. This isn't a happy landing, though.
Oh, it's still
Left
gonna
wing, completely on fire.
No, it's not.
Right wing,
Oh, no.
completely submerged.
Is it really?
It looks like there's lightning in the background. It looks like the sea they've crashed into is a stormy sea.
Oh no.
So their troubles are only getting started.
Wow. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
That's
So-
you just told me the whole book right there, and guess what? I'm in.
Wow.
I'm in hard.
They call this oceanography's answers to Indiana Jones.
Really?
Yeah. And you know how much oceanography's been waiting for their
Oh, I
Indiana
know. Yeah,
Jones.
they're like, when are we going to get our Indiana Jones? Yeah, it's like
All right.
the number one question from oceanographers.
The Sleeping Beauty Killer, an under suspicion novel by
There it
Mary
is.
Higgins Clark and Alifair Burke.
Yep.
So there you go.
Sleeping Beauty. What was it?
The Sleeping Beauty Killer.
Sleeping Beauty Killer.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, I'll read it.
Yeah. It was slothfulness.
Huh. That's what killed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chaos, a Scarpetta novel by Patricia Cornwell.
Yes.
Have you read a Scarpetta?
My wife has. No, I haven't read them.
These are popular.
Yeah, they're popular. It's sort of waning in popularity.
Ooh, don't
They
tell
were big in like the
Patricia
late
Cornwell
90s,
that.
You know.
She'll take you down.
Will she?
Take you down to Chaos Town. Chaos Town is also a Scarpetta novel, I'm assuming.
Look out. Yeah.
Let's see. We've got a Star Wars novel. Surprise, surprise. We got a Star Wars movie coming out.
We sure do.
In a month. It's
Oh,
the
wow.
15th.
Yeah,
man.
that's
We've
soon.
made it halfway through November.
know.
Next
Good.
week is Thanksgiving.
Do we do another Star Wars episode?
I guess we'll have to figure something out.
I guess so.
We'll let
Wait,
you
what is
podcast
this?
now.
Tell me what this is.
This is Catalyst, Star Wars.
Oh, wait, but this is a
a
Rogue One.
Rogue One
Yeah.
novel. I don't know where this takes place. I guess I could find out by reading this.
It's before Rogue One.
So,
It's like a little prequel novel, sort of.
yeah.
We'll have this. It's already been ordered, so
Okay, cool.
look out, world.
I'm excited for Rogue One. I'm excited to watch each and every one of those characters not live.
Yeah, it's gonna be
So,
gonna be real fun. They have such an impact on
Yeah.
me.
Young adult book coming out, Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy by Cassandra Clare,
Uh-oh.
Sarah Reese Brennan, Maureen Jones, Robinson Wasserman. So just a spin-off of the Shadowhunter series, which is like the City of Bones, City of Heavenly Fire, blah, blah, blah stuff.
Okay.
That's the Mortal Instruments.
Yeah.
Is the series name, which is a show on, what is it, Fuse?
I
Is that
don't
this
know.
channel now?
The artist formerly known as ABC Family.
Right. So her book, Lady Midnight, as I've said, New York Times bestseller all the time, hasn't checked out once here. So I don't understand.
Who knows?
But these Shadowhunter series do check out all the
Love 'em.
time.
People love them.
But the Lady Midnight just sits right there, alone. It's a Lonely
Lady
Hearts Book
Midnight.
Club.
What are
And
you
we got
gonna
one
do?
more book, man. Dork Diaries 11, Tales
Oh,
from a
boy.
Not-So-Friendly Frenemy.
Oh boy.
I know
Now,
what that's like. Dork.
Everyone just relax because this is not Wimpy Kid.
No, this is...
This is Dork Diaries.
I cannot believe that to this day, Dork Diaries and Wimpy Kid have not crossed over.
Yeah, it's probably like a rivalry. It's like a West Side Story.
The
type.
world of literature
Yeah.
just seems so backwards with that. It seems like so many characters
Like, why
and
are we
worlds should
crossing
be
over?
crossing over. Don't you think they would be like?
Interesting.
I mean, you have writers like Parker crossing over his characters like Sonny Randall
Yeah,
and
but
Jesse
he
Stone.
writes both
right.
of those.
But like, why aren't people crossing over their
I don't
characters?
know
with
that.
other
I don't know
characters?
that I would see that as a good thing. That seems like kind of pandering and
Seems
it's
fun. I'd be
Yeah.
excited if I
Okay.
was a kid and
well,
I read.
Vince Flynn's characters are crossing over with Alex Cross
There you go.
pretty
See?
soon.
If I was a kid and I was reading both Wimpy Kids and Dork Diaries, I would be thrilled that
Yeah.
the two cross.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know if I'm eager to see that be a trend.
not a trend. I just think it should happen.
I agree. Dork Diaries, a Wimpy Kid. Let's get together.
I don't want everybody doing it. I don't want to be like when the Avengers struck gold and everybody's like, all our movies are also internal universes that expand, and you don't care?
Yeah.
I just think it'd be cool. Like all these like Christmas books. How come like these Christmas families of 20 books aren't crossing over somebody else's Christmas family of 20 books?
Intermarrying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway.
I can't argue with that.
I guess
I love a good Christmas
writers
book.
are just introverts and protective.
I guess so.
So go ahead. What do we got coming out?
Boy.
For whenever?
So
When are
yeah,
those
you
coming
can
out?
mark your calendars for these folks. These are coming down the road. Most of these are going to be January. Couple of bookshops I'll mention quickly. Hidden, which is a Mitchum story, and The
Mitchum-
House Husband.
What does that mean, Mitchum story?
I don't know. Both by James Patterson, coming out January
Oh.
3rd. Also by James Patterson, and this is a full-length book. Though this book had its start as a bookshot
He's a madman. He's crazy.
I know he is. Detective Harriet Blue. These are set in Australia. The first one, Black and Blue, was a book shot, came out a while back. This is the first proper novel called Never Never by James Patterson.
So this is
hold on.
What?
I'm seeing something else here.
Okay.
It's not James Patterson and Candace Fox, so he's writing with someone. I'll tell you what, though, the co-authors' names are getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Like these, if you look at these fonts, you got James Patterson probably at
It's
70,
so biblical.
Probably at a 72.
He has to become
Candace Fox, you probably got it at 48 size font.
He has to become lesser so they can become greater.
That's right.
It's very biblical of James
You're
Patterson.
absolutely right. So
He
anyway,
knows his New Testament. Jeez.
so you can catch Black and Blue if you want to meet Harriet Blue
So this is in
chronologically.
Australia?
Set in Australia. Yep.
I'm surprised it's not private Australia.
Yep. Shocked in denial, Harry, as she's called, is transferred to Perth to avoid the media exposure this case will attract. Never Never coming out January 16th.
It's
Yeah,
never coming out?
No, it is. It's coming out January 16th. Don't be hysterical. Get a hold of yourself. All right. Ian Rankin. Have you read Ian Rankin?
No.
I feel like it's a name that I know, but I don't really know why because I don't happen to read anything by
Was
him.
he at your house last weekend for dinner?
That's it.
That
was Ian Rankin. Yeah, well, I just called him Ian, so I forgot about the last
get
name.
it.
Ian Rankin.
It's like when somebody calls your mom by their first name and you're like, who?
Yeah, who's that?
I don't know Elisa.
I don't know her at all.
Oh, you mean Mom. Yeah, Mom's great.
Yeah. Inspector Rebus. He's returning to his Inspector Rebus series. This is book 21.
Uh-huh.
So if you're following the Rebus series, he
Reba?
returns. Rebus. Not Reba.
I never watched Reba.
Not the CW show Reba. No,
that
different.
was back when it was still the WB, I feel like.
It continued in the CW era, but thank you for
right.
correcting that.
So
That
it was
was
Reba and Smallville were holding... Reba, Smallville, and Gilmore Girls were holding the flag
Yeah,
up.
they straddled that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Rather Be the Devil by Ian Rankin, coming out, what is this, January 31st, book 21 in the Inspector Rebus series. Right. Ian Rankin returns with this superb new novel set in the dark heart of Edinburgh.
Okay. Can I tell you my favorite Reba joke?
Yeah.
From the show?
Yeah.
It was just the commercial, and it was this, these two characters were getting married, the younger characters, and the girl was like, "You love football more than me," and she runs upstairs, she's like, "Babe, no, I love you both the same."
Classic.
Very funny.
Classic.
Very, I don't know if Reba was up, it was always at that peak of hilarity.
If it was, though, boy, look out.
Yeah. Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Be on the watch. Somebody else is coming.
Hey, speaking of things you love, Danielle Steele's got a new book. Danielle Steele returns with The Mistress, January 3rd.
What are you saying I love in this situation?
You love Danielle Steele.
We all have to under her regime.
You read all her books.
No.
You love Danielle Steele.
My love for her is as strong as steel.
January 3rd, 2017, The Mistress. Incomparable storyteller Danielle Steele illuminates rarely glimpsed precincts of unimaginable wealth and power, where love and freedom are the most dangerous desires of all.
Yeah.
So, Danielle Steele fans, you have but to wait.
Whoa.
A few more. Actually,
what if you love freedom?
We just got a Danielle Steele today, which I believe is called The Affair. Yeah. So I feel like we're going in a tawdry direction. We're talking about affairs. We're talking about mistresses.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's go over to large print territory. That's usually nicer.
Getting kind of naughty.
It's usually more pleasant. Again, these are books that you can expect in January, and these are books that we will definitely have.
I don't expect anything.
Reading The Sweet Oak.
Okay, sure.
Sweet Oak. By Jan Stites. A charming new voice in women's fiction, Stites writes from the heart about friendship, love, and what it means to find where you belong.
I don't see how any of that involves oak.
Reading the sweet... I'll tell you, along the banks...
How flammable is oak?
Along the banks of the Sweet Oak River, deep in the heart of the Ozarks, a romance novel book club takes 5 women on stunning journeys of self-discovery. So, you can read that if you want.
Okay.
On the other side of things, we have A Stranger in Town by William Johnstone. Here's the thing about that. Okay. William Johnstone, prolific Western author, died literally decades ago.
I mean, that's not funny that he died. It's
no.
funny he has a new book coming out.
And J.A. Johnstone is always credit. It's like William Johnstone with J.A. Johnstone, little tiny print.
Who is J.A. Johnstone?
Well, try to find it online. I'm pretty sure that it's his daughter. I think they try to hide that it's written by a woman because they're Western novels. But I'm pretty sure J.A. Johnstone is his daughter. But I can't report that accurately because I don't know for sure.
Okay.
But that's what I think.
All right.
Anyway, so really this is about J.A. Johnstone, which I like her The Loner series. I read the first volume of that. I like that. There are literally a million not literally, but probably 30 or 40.
Okay.
30 or 40 William Johnstone series.
Yeah. Nice rollback.
So, and a lot of them are connected. This is book 2 in the Will Tanner series. The greatest Western writers of the 21st century, America's greatest Western storytellers, begin the explosive new legend of Will Tanner, U.S. Deputy Marshal who will risk everything to save a friend and bring two desperados to justice.
Nice. Hey, speaking of Will Turner from the Pirates of the Caribbean series,
yes.
When you saw Doctor Strange, did you see the trailer for Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes.
And?
Yes. Did I not tell you this story?
No.
Okay. My wife and I are sitting there, and this is the only preview we watched because we
Right.
just got there right in time.
Right.
We're sitting there, and it starts, you know, and it's going through, and it's like it's Pirates of the Caribbean. Obviously, we all know
Right.
this. We go through, they're saying Jack Sparrow, we get to the end, shows the pirate face, and the girl behind us goes, "What is this?" And we were like horrified that she just had no idea what this was.
Wait, how old was this girl?
She was probably like 20.
What?
I know.
Where's she been?
I know. But like, it's been a long time since they've been big business.
I mean, the last one came out in 2011, though. So even if she was 15.
Yeah, but I mean, it was kind of like soured by that point.
Yeah, but still.
I know. I know. Hillary and I were both horrified. It was like, how
Yeah.
old are we that this person doesn't even know what Pirates of the Caribbean is?
Yeah, I guess.
Anyway, I did see it.
Okay.
Long story short.
Any interest in a new Pirates movie?
It's not something I wanted. I'll probably read
Okay,
it or watch it someday.
Right. Did you notice that kid looks an awfully lot like Orlando Bloom
Yeah, he
as
does
Will
have
Turner?
kind of Orlando Bloom
Do you
vibe.
realize that it's been 10 years since the third movie? And in the third
yeah.
movie, they say Orlando Bloom can only come on land every 10 years.
Look out.
So,
I'll see it. That first movie, golden.
yeah, you're right. The first
I
movie's
love
great.
that
It's a
first
classic.
movie.
It's
I
going to go
remember
down
when
as a
those
classic.
I mean, I've loved that ride since the early 80s.
Sure, yeah.
Okay?
All right.
And when that movie came out, I was like, that looks so stupid.
Yeah.
Why are they making a movie
Uh-huh.
out of this ride? This is
Right.
going to be so dumb. And then it was so good. And it
Yeah.
was so funny.
I
then
didn't-
they
I
followed
didn't
it
wanna
up
see it either.
with the Country Bear Jamboree, which was not good.
That was ridiculous. I remember
Also
hating
based on a Disney
to see
park.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Stop when you get to the teacups.
I didn't care about Johnny Depp.
No.
Most pirate movies beforehand had sucked if they didn't star the Muppets.
Right.
And so I was like, guys, I don't know why any
you
of you
wanna
want to
see
see
this
this.
at all, yeah.
So my friends wanted to, and so we went. And I was like, this is great.
I know.
It was a great time.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And they never were able to recapture that magic.
No. The second
4.
one's not the worst.
No, 4 is pretty bad.
4's pretty bad.
4
yeah.
is pretty bad.
Yeah. You got the mermaid and the madman, and they're in love.
A lot of stuff going
So.
on. A lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's what we got for book news coming.
Yeah.
books
You know
coming down
what?
the pike. Yeah.
I should say the 18th.
The 18th.
The 18th.
Mr.
I'll
T.
also say it next week, but the 18th of November.
Yep.
The screenplay for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is also going to be a book. Because if I've learned anything in seeing the Cursed Child not check out in our youth department, is that kids love screenplays.
They do love screenplays. Yeah.
So kids are just crazy. Like, how on earth do they all these direction notes? Do the actors follow them completely or interpret
Well,
them?
have you seen in our advance notices coming down the road, they're going to be publishing just 20 years of J.K. Rowling shopping lists.
Yeah. Do you see the
$1 million
David Yates?
bestseller.
He directed most of the final Harry Potter films.
Yeah.
And he's directing this new one. He signed on to direct the other 4. He's basically like, I don't need the next 15 years of my life.
Seriously.
Why
Yeah.
raise a family?
Boy, good luck finding time to do little art house films now, David Yates.
Sure, yeah.
You're stuck.
Yeah.
You're stuck in a fantastical world.
That's true. I can't wait till we go to another country or another continent in these movies and find out what they call.
What's Australia's wizarding school called?
Yeah.
There's an answer to that, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
So please don't
Yeah.
write and tell us
They call
because
wizards there.
don't spoil it.
Yeah, they call witches there witches and wizards kangaroos.
Oh, yeah.
So-
okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because of all the kangaroos.
Yeah.
Sure. Anyway, why don't you tell us what's going on in the New York Times bestseller list?
All right.
I'm excited to know.
Number 10 on the New York Times bestsellers list for hardcover fiction.
Okay.
Not mixed fiction. This isn't, e-books.
Okay.
Okay? It's not paperback.
Okay.
It's just hardcover.
Can you please
sorry.
dial it back a
All right.
notch?
Man, let's see.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. I will say the Underground Railroad has fallen all the way down to number 16.
Look out.
So I'm sure you're happy about that.
I'm not happy. I don't want to see anyone fail. I just didn't like it.
All right. I mean, still to be on the 16th best-selling
it's pretty
book.
good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm sure that person's not hurting.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
don't
they
have
just
any
bought a house.
personal animosity towards Colson Whitehead.
All right. That's good. Number 10, Commonwealth by Ann Patchett.
Yep.
Number 9, back on the list. All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Dewar.
Is that true?
It's true, number 9.
Wow, okay.
It has now spent 129 weeks on this list.
I'm going to have to put that on the book club. I mean, it's just too popular.
You really, yeah, I mean, it's crazy not to.
I know.
You're just 129 weeks behind.
Yeah, 129 weeks. That's not
Number
so bad.
8. Oh, it moved up this week. The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. It's back on the list. It wasn't on the list last week.
Yeah, you're right. You know, the funny thing about the... Did you hear that?
What? Nick, you're just
Listen,
hearing
listen,
the sound of the
no,
ocean.
No. I think I just heard a body.
Nick, we're on a boat.
No, I know.
Listen, I
know that
understand
we're
you're
on
a
a boat.
travel writer,
I know.
and
Look,
you're an expert on the sound of
I'm not-
bodies in the water.
Don't treat me like I'm hysterical.
I'm
We're
not.
sitting-
No, look,
we're sitting here
nobody needs to
talking.
get hysterical.
I hear something. What am I supposed to not do something about it?
There's nothing.
Anyway, what's next?
Oh, jeez. Escape clause.
Right
Nick.
there.
No, okay.
You didn't hear
was
that.
a splat.
You didn't hear
That is the
that.
sound of the water
Thank you.
breaking upon
Thank
the
you.
ship.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Where's the body?
It's
I don't see anybody.
the waves.
Oh, okay.
The waves and the current.
How is
The
it you can
undertow.
see the waves, but you don't
undertow
hear the waves?
Sucks things right under the ship. You know nothing
Okay.
about
All
aeronautical.
right, come with me. We're going to the back of the ship.
All right.
We're going to see all the debris that's pulling up. We're
Let's
going to
do
put
it.
down a net.
All right, let's do it.
I bet they do put down a net.
Right,
in
as soon
the-
as we finish this, we're gonna go. Yep.
Okay.
Go on.
Number 7, Escape Clause by John Sanford.
Okay, and Tim Allen.
Yep. Number 6, Vince Flynn, Order to Kill by Kyle Mills.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, Small Great Things by Jodi Picoult. Number 4, new on the list, The Award by Danielle Steele.
Oh, the award. Okay. Well, sorry, Daniel Steele,
Yeah.
because I thought that said the affair when I saw it.
No,
No,
it's,
the award.
Wow, look at this.
The
Nicholas...
award for best mistress.
What?
No. Okay.
I don't
I'm
know.
just wondering. Okay.
Somebody from the Czars, maybe?
Maybe. Yeah.
Number 3, 2 by 2 by Nicholas Sparks.
Sparky Spark. The
Staying
Spark Man.
strong, staying in the top 3
The Spark
for a while.
Man.
5 weeks on this list.
Sparky
Number
Sparks.
2, new this week, The Wrong Side of Goodbye, Michael Conley.
I like the title.
Probably the person who's being said goodbye to.
Yeah. Is that
don't
Harry
know.
Bosch?
Yes, it's Harry Bosch.
Okay.
And number 1,
Drum roll.
2 weeks on the list, Nick's new instant classic. He said he wanted to be buried in this book. The Whistler by John Grisham.
Buried in that book.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You want us to make an oversized
No, I
coffin version of The
No,
Whistler?
I don't.
You could make a coffin look like a book.
It's true. You could. Well, that's not a bad idea.
Will you?
They open and close like books.
Will you promise me that my coffin will be a replica of Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton?
As long as you promise me not to bury me Egyptian style with a bunch of copies of The Whistler and my cats.
Okay.
All right.
So you can take them into the.
I don't want
underworld.
that. I don't want
All
that.
right.
All right.
Very good.
There's that. That was a
Nick,
body.
I'm
that
telling
one
you,
was a body.
It is the dolphin
there was
mating
a clear.
season.
I heard like a. And then like
That's the sound of a dolphin.
flash. Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm not gonna sleep well at all tonight.
Well, no, because of all the dolphin mating.
I can't. Boy. Well, you know what that means.
What?
The end of the New York Times bestseller list brings us to our segment. I think I hear the music now.
Oh my gosh, Ben!
Lonely Hearts Book Club with Nic and Eric.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we heard
I can't
the-
believe. I know. He's always so good to just drop everything.
Yeah.
Drive 8 or 9 hours, come here,
Yeah.
play the guitar
With that
for
amount
20
of commitment,
seconds and get out of here.
With that amount of commitment, you would think he would give us a second song.
Yeah, you would.
So.
Yeah, 2 would be good.
Yeah.
I mean, 1 just sort of seems like, why is that
Maybe
one
we
have
should put a
theme song and
request
no one
out.
else does?
Anybody want to give us
Oh my
any
gosh,
music
yes. What do
for
we need?
anything?
We need Sexy New Book Club theme.
Yep, Sexy New Book Club especially, yeah.
We
Spotlight.
need author spotlight or just a spotlight.
Yeah, spotlight.
music. What else?
So, we have our, what is
Maybe
it?
like award.
The
award
first line.
season. First line.
Yeah, awards.
Bad reviews.
Just send us music and we'll find
yeah,
a place for
we'll
it.
figure it out.
We'll designate it.
This is a
somewhere.
great idea. This is
Yeah.
a wonderful idea. You can send
So-
it to
but-
at All the Book Show on Twitter or Facebook, David A. Howe Public Library, Wellsville at stls.org.
Yeah. Just make sure it's not copyrighted.
Yeah.
Like, don't send us.
Yeah, please don't send us like something from Prince.
Yeah, or Staying Alive.
We couldn't do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that wouldn't work at all.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what
bad
I've
to the
done,
bone.
what I've done, Eric,
It's our
is
spotlight music now.
I've gone into Director Station. I've printed a list of books in our collection.
Director
that-
Station, isn't that just what you call your desk now?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what I call it.
Activate
No, Eric, it's a special
Director
software.
Station.
I've printed a list of books that have never circulated. From that list,
Okay.
I've pulled something that we need to take a look at. You and I need to get down to business. We need to figure out why the citizens of Wellsville have decided never to check out Paul Zindel's The Pigman. Do you know why? Do you know why?
Well, it's called the Pigman.
It's called the Pigman. Oh, look. Author of Pigman's Legacy. So that's a clue that this is going to continue. Paul Zindel's The Pigman. So what I have here is a trade paperback size.
I almost typed in the Pogman,
hot
but now I
pink.
want to read the Pogman.
It's a hot pink paperback.
Oh, it's young adult.
Yeah, it's a young adult. It's got, on the cover, we have a winterscape. We got a girl who looks like she's up to no good. She's got real high-waisted jeans, green turtleneck. Kid who's nice and buttoned up, also wearing a turtleneck.
Yeah.
A couple of kids in turtlenecks.
I like his hat.
I like his hat. Hanging outside of what looks to be a bit of a creepy old house. Looks a little run down.
Probably
Got
the
trees.
Pigman's house.
Yeah, they're looking at the Pigman's house. So anyway, have you heard of this book before?
No. Can I tell you what Wikipedia says about this book?
Sure.
The novel is frequently assigned in elementary school, middle schools, and some high schools as
Yeah.
assignments for English classes. Although commonly taught, the book has been banned in certain areas for numerous reasons, some including offensive language and sexual themes.
Look out.
But it's never checked out here.
No, it hasn't. Let me
We
tell
must be
you,
in a banned area.
Again, to be fair, maybe it checked out before we computerized.
In the 60s.
It's very possible. This book came out in 1968. This is a paperback reprint, though, it looks like. I'm not sure when this came out. Paperback reprint, 1983. All right. Cover price, $4.99 US.
Okay.
Not bad. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about the story here. Meet Mr. Pignotti. Oh, well, he's probably the Pigman.
Yeah.
Meet
Pignotti.
Mr. Pignotti, a lonely
Angelo
old man with a
Pignotti.
beer belly and an awful secret.
He's a pig.
A beer belly and an awful secret. He's the Pigman, and he's got a great big twinkling smile.
Hey, Mr. Pigman.
This is freaking me out a little
Sing
bit.
a song for
When
us.
John and Lorraine, two high school sophomores, meet Mr. Pignotti, they learn his whole sad, zany story. They tell it right here in this book, the truth, and nothing but the truth, no matter how many people
So
it
help the
shocks
Pigman.
or hurts.
Ooh.
All right, so two teenagers hang out with a big beer-bellied pigman who has an awful secret.
Okay. So
That's
this
what we've
book came out in 1968.
Okay.
The Pigman's Legacy, 1980. The
Oh.
Pigman and Me, 1990.
Okay.
Completed
So,
the trilogy.
Quite a long stretch in between,
Sure.
in between Pigman and Pigman's Legacy.
Did you see any of these sequels down there?
Pigman's? No, I didn't.
We must just
I
have the
didn't.
Pigman.
Yeah, I guess we said, hey, we got the
When
Pigman.
the
and that's what we want.
Pigman testifies.
Okay. So here, a little bit more about the book now. John and Lorraine are two young people looking for a way out of the numbness of being lonely.
Yeah.
John and Lorraine, you have each other, right?
Maybe they're not at that point of their friendship yet.
Okay.
Maybe they just want to stay friends.
Maybe. What they find are each other. Oh! And the Pigman.
Oh.
What they create out of their zaniness and energy is laughter and love too good to last.
All right. Are
Haunting.
you picturing the
Haunting.
Pigman as Professor Pig from the Batman comics or as Hoggish Greedily from Captain Planet?
I guess I'm just picturing like a big dude in like a Christmas sweater.
That the beer belly
'Cause of
doesn't
the cover.
completely.
Yeah, it doesn't quite go down. Yeah.
So no snout, no
no-
pig
no
snout.
snout, no snout.
All right. I guess we're gonna do. I'm picturing more
You're thinking
Hoggish
like a
Greedily.
literal pig. I don't think he's
Not a
actually-
literal pig, not
Just-
like a pig at the
oh,
end
okay,
of Animal Farm.
Just a little piggish. Okay. Let me tell you some reviews. Headline news. Remarkable. Zindel has written a story that will not be denied.
Whatever happened to headline news?
I don't know. That was from Publishers Weekly. Young Reader's Review said, "This is a shocker of a book. Written in a contemporary idiom, it is a haunting story. The book is startling and truthful and vivid."
Is it honest? Is
Yeah,
it
it's
honest
honest.
in its truths about humanity?
Here's some interesting things about the author, Paul Zindel. First of all, born in Staten Island, New York in 1936, died in 2003 at age 66. Winner of the, wait for it, Pulitzer Prize.
Shoot!
He won the Pulitzer Prize in 1971
Shoot fire!
for his play The Effect of Gamma Rays on Man in the Moon Marigolds.
Huh. Fun fact about the
Never heard of this.
Pigman, he wrote a screenplay adapting the book for the stage and screen, but it was not taken up by any filmmaker.
Nobody wanted to make the Pigman a film.
No.
That's too bad. That's too bad. So he's got quite a lot of books here. He's got a few series: the Zone Unknown series, PC Hawk Mysteries, the Wacky Facts Lunch Bunch. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Pigman trilogy. A lot of standalone novels.
Yeah.
A lot of short stories. A lot of screenplays, including the screenplay from the 1974 musical film starring Lucille Ball, Mame.
Wow.
Author of the Screenplay for MAME.
Well, this Lonely Hearts book that never checked out here has done pretty well. New York Times Outstanding Book of 1968,
There you
ALA Notable Children's Book of 1940 through 1970.
Look out.
And the Horn Book of 1969, Fanfare
Yeah.
Honor List, whatever
Yeah.
that all means.
Yeah,
So-
it's popular book. Average rating on Goodreads, 3.57 out of 5.
That's not bad.
21,000 reviews. So,
Well,
pretty widely read.
as we've learned from Lady Midnight, what's popular out there in the world doesn't necessarily mean popular here in our small, cozy
yeah.
town.
Well, in this case, Lady Midnight and the Pigman are together. That is a great. Oh my gosh, that's like a 1980s detective show.
Yeah.
Lady Midnight and the Pigman.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
I would watch that. I would watch that in a heartbeat. All right, let's dig into this. Let's see what we got. Chapter 1.
Digging into the Pigman
Chapter-
is full of bacon.
Chapter 1 of Paul Zindell's. Well, first of all, let me the cover.
It's sad.
Yes,
It's lonely.
no.
I like
You
it.
don't like it?
It looks like every book like that.
But I guess to me it sort of looks like it's a Harlequin romance novel.
Oh.
You know, it's got the pink. It's got like this.
It
This
add two more
winterscape.
kids in there, and it looks like a Boxcar Children cover.
Yes, you're right. Yes,
So.
you're right. It does. So maybe they knew what they were doing. Chapter 1. Now, I don't like school, which you might say is one of the factors that got us involved with this old guy we nicknamed the Pigman.
Sure, but start reading the book.
Actually, I hate school, but then again, most of the time, I hate everything.
Oh man, don't be like that. Life has so much to offer.
Did you write this book?
Yeah, I sure did.
JK. I used to really hate school when I first started at Franklin High. I hated it so much the first year they called me the bathroom bomber.
What?
I don't know.
Because of the stuff
guess.
you left behind?
Other kids got elected GO president and class secretary and lab squad captain, but I got elected the bathroom bomber.
I don't get it.
They called me that because
Oh.
I used to set off bombs in the bathroom.
Well, sure.
I set
Okay.
off 23 bombs before I didn't feel like doing it anymore.
Well, why are you upset that's what they called you?
I kind of like his attitude. He did it until he was like,
I just don't get it.
it's not the punishment or anything. I just don't feel like doing this anymore.
Like if I stole every chalkboard in
no.
the school and somebody
Hold
was
on.
like, we call him the chalkboard bandit, I'd be like, oh man, that's some great name for me.
Well, I'll tell you this. The reason I never got caught was because I used to take a tin can. That's a firecracker, as if you didn't know.
didn't know.
didn't
I
know.
thought it was
I
just a tin
didn't
can.
know. And mold a piece of clay around it so it'd hold a candle attached to the fuse. One of those skinny little birthday candles. Then I'd light the thing, and I'd take about 8 minutes before the fuse got lit. I always put the bombs in the first floor boys' john right behind one of the porcelain unmentionables where nobody could see it. Then I'd go off to my next class. No matter where I was in the building, I could hear the blast.
That would get him in prison so
Yeah, it
fast
would be
today.
good. Oh boy, look at that. This is some stylized writing and
Yeah.
different newspaper clippings.
I like the style of writing so far.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it all right.
I mean, this kid is, he's playing with fire. He shouldn't.
Oh, look. Okay. So, chapter 2, it looks like we're switching narrators. Seems to be Lorraine. Chapter 2. I should never have let John write
Lorraine.
the first chapter because he always has to twist things subliminally. I'm not panting and I'm not about to have a thrombosis, so we skipped that part. It's just that some very strange things have happened to us during the last few months, and we feel we should write them down while they're fresh in our minds. It's got to be written now before John and I mature and repress the whole thing. I'm kind of digging this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, you're going to finish the Pigman, I
I don't
feel
like it. John doesn't really curse that much,
is a
and I don't
spit
think
guard.
he needs his system. But even when we were in Miss Stewart's typing class, he had to do something unusual
Typing
all the time, like type a letter in the shape of an hourglass. That's the kind of thing he does. Boy, that's John.
That's just a form of poetry.
Get out of here. And as you probably suspected, the reason John gets away with all these things is because he's extremely handsome. I didn't guess that. He didn't strike me as handsome.
Oh, okay. Look at the cover again.
All right. I hate to admit it, but he is. An ugly boy would have been sent to reform school by now. A little social commentary right
Yeah,
there.
sure.
Look out.
If you don't look the part, forget it. You're out of the public school system
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. So what do you want to hear now?
Do you want to know what?
Switching back and forth. Chapter 3. Like Lorraine told you, I really am very handsome and do have fabulous eyes. But that doesn't get me much, except perhaps with Miss King, the English teacher, I'm going to tell you about. Look out! Oh my
This
gosh.
book is scandalous.
John Lorraine and the Pigman.
Yeah. You want to hear what Wikipedia says the themes of this book are?
I would like to hear that, yeah.
You got number 1, peer pressure.
Okay.
This book is dealing with peer pressure. Number 2, loss. Not going to get into that. Number 3, family and parenting. It's a young adult book, of course it is. Last theme of this book, death.
Oh, look out. All right, I think I've got to a point where it looks like maybe they've
They've met the Pigman.
met the Pigman.
Yeah.
All right, let me give you some.
All right, give me some Pigman action here.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so you just make a mental picture, like when Miss Truman said girl, I made a mental picture, and then when you said couch, all I had to do was make a mental picture of a couch and attach it to the girl. Look out. See, you've got to attach the pictures in your mind. That's the secret of remembering them all. Go ahead, you try it, Mr. Wandermeyer. It worked. Then Lorraine tried it, and it didn't work too good with her, but if you ask me, that's only because she was worrying about the old man. Besides, she had polished off her whole glass of wine. Now she's drinking?
Wow.
Lorraine. We should all go to the zoo tomorrow, Mr. Pignotti said, again out of nowhere. Mr. Pignotti, I said with an air of impatience, Miss Truman and I have many stops to make today. I mean, where would the L&J fun be if we simply sat around and drank wine all day and went to the zoos?
It's true.
Yes, Lorraine said, we really shouldn't have stayed this long. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Pignotti said, and I couldn't help feeling sorry. His smile and bright eyes faded in front of us, and we got awkwardly to his feet. Let me get the check, he said, and his voice was so depressed, I thought he was really going to cry. So I don't know what's going on
All right.
with Pignotti.
I think I may have to stop you from continuing to read because I think you might be a little too interested.
You think I'm
I
too
think
in?
you're going to keep reading this book.
I'm going to read the whole book, yeah.
So
It's pretty
I think
good.
we need to call it.
Okay. See, I like these little things in
Yeah.
between. So what it has, sometimes a page will just be handwritten. There's little like diagrams that the characters draw. There's newspaper clippings.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an interesting package we've got right here.
The Pigman.
I can't speak for Pigman's Legacy or Pigman and me, but but just straight up the Pigman
Yeah.
is kind of working.
Yeah. Might be
I
our
don't know.
most successful find.
Well, I don't know. Remember the cage? That like
Oh,
that
yeah,
Maze
that was
Runner
creepy,
clone?
yeah.
That sounded fun.
Maze Runner
That sounded
clone.
fun.
The Maze Runner was cloned from
That's
the cage.
true. Yeah. Well, and I also kind of wanted to
Cage is
read
Maze Runner Patient Zero.
the Snowman. That was a
That's
while
true,
back,
yeah.
and then the Wolfen. Some Halloween
true.
we're gonna do it. Anyway, so what do you say?
Yeah.
Are you interested in the Pigman?
Yeah.
You're gonna go full on Pigman and read this book,
I mean, I don't want to say I'm ever going full on Pigman, but
but you'd read this book.
yeah.
If you had to read this book, you could think of worse things than
Yeah.
reading that book.
Yeah.
Well, I think we add this to the list of people should check out the Pigman.
Check out the Pigman.
Check out the Pigman.
Don't be pig-headed.
Yeah.
Read Pigman.
Yeah. I like that.
Thank you.
I like that. You know, if that would have been the tagline, I bet this would not be a lonely book at all.
No.
It's pretty good.
All
All right, well, let's bring the Lonely Hearts Book Club to a close and talk
Yeah.
library news. First of all, I want to say congratulations and welcome to some new employees that we have here.
I've been here for a year and a half now. Almost
not
two.
you. Not
Oh.
you. No, we've hired 2 new student library clerks to help us with
Oh, yeah.
paging and shelving. They started last week. So welcome.
I'm sure.
Skylar and Joshua.
I'm sure they use this podcast now.
They listen to it all the time. I'm sure they're listening to it
It's
right
actually
now.
part of the initiation when you come into the library to work
Yep.
with us. So.
Oh, and while we're talking personnel, we got an opening for a children's librarian. So walk, don't run to your local library.
Yeah.
No,
Or
run, don't
internet.
walk. I don't know. Get here fast and apply for this job.
You want to run.
And you can
to
hang
your
out with me
library,
and Eric.
but you don't want to
Work
run
with
in
kids.
your library.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff. Book clubs, as I said, we're currently wrapping up on Patchwork Planet and Tyler, and then we'll start Kristen Hanna's The Nightingale, but that won't meet till January. Page Turner's book club is currently reading In the Bleak Midwinter by Julia Spencer Fleming.
And then that takes a break? as
No,
well?
we don't take a break for that one.
Ooh.
That's a dedicated bunch. They want to keep going. So
right.
we have an MC Beaton Christmas book that we're going to read next.
A real page turner
For that,
MCB.
yeah.
Is it one
Yeah.
of the murder ones? One of the cozy murders?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's an Agatha Raisin even.
This is like I can't think of anything.
right.
Bumbleberry Pie and
Yeah.
Murder.
Right.
something.
Well, we're showing Finding Dory on Saturday. What's the date on Saturday?
Oh, I don't know.
10:30 a.m. on Saturday the 19th, we're showing Finding Dory.
Yeah.
And then looking ahead, we got the Nutcracker coming back. We got the Andover Ecumenical Choir. We got a lot of Christmas movies going on. So it's hard to believe we're coming up in the end of the year.
Yeah, it's hard to believe you have to hold that boom guard.
Well, they wouldn't know if you didn't say that.
I know, but I wanted to give them the
I'm
full
glad.
podcast
Yeah,
experience.
thank you for doing that.
Just
That's
holding
really
it
nice.
instead of
That's
clipping
really
on.
nice.
Mine stays attached.
I know. I don't know what happened to mine.
Mine's been working as a spit guard this episode.
Gross.
So, yeah. Oh, man. I probably shouldn't bring it up, but I was thrown up last night because I was sick.
No, you shouldn't.
And
That's so
you
gross.
kind of forget, because I haven't thrown up in years.
Yeah.
kind of forget how much, like, saliva is involved.
Throwing up is terrible
Yeah.
all around.
But
So-
you just kind of forget, like, after you throw up, it's just like, bleh,
Yeah.
just drool and spit.
Hey, you know what? You were right. You
Yeah,
shouldn't-
it was pretty
shouldn't-
gross.
Shouldn't have brought that
I can
up
talk
at all. That
about
was
library news then.
a terrible mistake.
We got Minecraft Mondays on Mondays at 3 to 5. I'll be there.
The alliteration,
Minecraft will
the
be there.
alliteration alone,
Yeah.
I think is really worth it.
Please don't talk without talking through a boom guard.
You're not my boss.
Your P's and B's are just going to be everywhere.
Sorry.
There we go. All right.
Puh. Buh.
Stop it.
How do they sound?
Like that. What else we got? Anime Club. Oh, no. Next up during the week is After School Card Club. So that's Yu-Gi-Oh,
every Tuesday.
Pokemon. That's Tuesdays at 3 o'clock for teens. And our teen anime club. Our anime teen. We just have one anime teen.
anime teen.
No, we have a lot of anime teens here at our
Yeah.
teen anime club every Wednesday at 5:30.
I'll be there.
Actually, you know what I've been doing? I've been having to put on Twitch. Twitch, if you don't know, is people playing video games and streaming videos of themselves playing those games. Because kids have come to Anime Club early.
Yeah.
And so to keep them occupied and not like running around crazy, I just put on that. And the kids, I've been watching it like crazy.
What a time to be alive.
I was actually streaming last night. I was
Good.
twitching last night. I was playing both
Go ahead.
FTL, Faster Than Light.
Go ahead and plug your
Prison
Twitch.
Architect.
How do people
Well, you
find
can find me anywhere online
Yeah.
for Dusk versus Tweak. That's Dusk
Okay.
vs Tweak.
Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter.
Tweak, TWEAK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're my two original Dungeon and Dragon characters.
Yeah.
They were both thieves.
So if they didn't want to find you before, now they definitely are.
No, they definitely
Yeah,
don't.
that's great.
Anything else we got going on?
I think we've hit the big stuff, man.
Yeah, our next teen movie, our next after school movie is in December. So
Yeah.
it's going to be Kubo, the two
Kubo,
strings.
2 strings. Yeah.
Kubo.
Yeah.
Say that.
Kubo.
It's pretty
Well,
funny.
I'm not allowed to say B.
Yeah, I can't believe you just said that.
All right. Sorry.
All right.
Well, I think that brings us to a close
Don't say bring.
for episode 65.
Yeah.
I've been Nick Gunning,
I've been Eric Mickles.
and we'll see you next time.